Good morning, Tony Dattino. As you may be able to tell, I am back in Windermere, Florida. I got back here late on Wednesday to few challenges. There are no Wi-Fi connections in the residence, no air conditioning. Bell tone is out, the sprinkler system not working, and so whole bunch of things that took a bit of time between Wednesday night and Thursday. So I'm back in order. You can see I'm back here online, and wanted to share with you one of the articles I was reading yesterday on my front porch. I thought was just fantastic. It's the Mind, Mood, and Memory magazine or newsletter put out by Massachusetts General Hospital. It's one of my favorite magazines on memory, and it brought me back to the days of Tony Buzan. And when Tony, I first met Tony in a workshop. I was at a workshop wanting to learn all about creativity. And we were trying to get people in IBM to be more creative in our market as the competition was coming in on us and we were losing some of our market share. The challenge we faced is how do we inspire and motivate employees to be more creative in what they were doing, no matter what area. Was it in manufacturing? Was it in development? Was it in assurance? Was it in any particular area of the company? How do we adapt to the changes in the environment we were facing with as competition was chomping at our heels? And the CFO, my boss at that time, found a seminar being given on creativity. And off we went. There were 4 IBM executives that went off to a 3-day seminar being given by Tony Buzan. And that was my first meeting with Tony, which was just fascinating. And I just fell in love with what he was sharing. And the first thing he asked was from the mental state point of view, from our thinking skills. What is creativity? And how do we get creativity? And the short story was really simple. It's our memories. How well do we organize information into our heads so that we have a good filing system, so that when new information or challenges and problems come at us, we pull out the historical information we have, memory, with new information, and the formula was 1 + 1, existing information with new information equals the brain's infinite capacity to be creative. And I had never heard that any of our creativity classes that we had taken or workshops we had done at IBM. No one had ever talked about memory and building our memory skills, which then was the next myth, which was, gee, memory is a skill. It's not something you either have or you don't have. And so the second major lesson there was our memories can be built. We can build them. We can improve them. We can learn things that help us enhance our ability to retain and recall information. And so with great excitement, I read this article, How Being Creative, even in simple ways, sharpens your memory, thinking skills, and connection to others. Creative expression through traditional creations and less obvious efforts may strengthen a range of thinking skills and improve your mental health. This is the first time, this is so awesome, but unfortunately it brought me back to like 20 years ago. It's like, my God, where has this been? And so it talks about the work of an artist or a craftsman, doing watercolors, doing piano recitals, even magic tricks, how creative. If you watch any of these TV programs with the magicians on, either Penn and Teller or America's Got Talent, there's no end. There's no end to the creative expression that these magicians or these people put into their performances. The singers, if you watch the singers, or the acrobatics that you watch, there's no end to it. Now, what does this all have to do with creativity? While the products of the creative mind might seem made for others to appreciate, they bolster the brain power of people doing the painting, acting, writing, crafting, and or more. They say, well, gee, how is it doing that? The research has suggested that creative expression affects brain functions in several important ways. Engaging in creative activities appears to strengthen the neural pathways to the hippocampus. It strengthens the pathways to the hippocampus. Now, what's the hippocampus? We use a seahorse as we give out to our USA memory champion, a seahorse, colorful seahorse. It's a gorgeous piece of work that Hudson Glass does for us every year. And you say a seahorse, that's where our memories are stored. That's where our long-term and short-term memories are all functioning from. And what it suggests here is that the pathways, by being creative, are strengthened into our hippocampus. It's the region of the brain responsible for memory. Creative expression helps people feel connected to the world around them. Social interaction, feeling that you're a part of something that's important and of a bigger picture, a holistic picture. Studies suggest that people experiencing thinking skills changes or dementia who participate in art therapy create new memories, which is often a challenge for individuals with cognitive impairment. It's like, wow, this is unbelievable. So you're doing some artwork, and we see this in the workshop that we do with Brain Fitness Workshop, where we have a woman by the name of Kathy Fowler comes in and does this amazing work with art. And Kathy is just the thinking she goes through to just put these pieces of work together that we then give to the people in the workshop and watch them just light up and watch the fun that they have in doing it. So we do these art projects, and we're helping people change their skills and help them with their dementia. I mean, who's thinking of art projects? What are we doing with school projects? What are we doing with art programs in schools? We're cutting them down, right? STEM, right? We're doing STEM. The heck with the art projects. Or what are we doing with their ability to build stronger neural pathways to their hippocampus and remember what they're supposed to in their math and their science and their physics classes? We just have this all backwards. It's a challenge for individuals with any type of cognitive impairment. They can recognize the painting they made and may know the story behind it, but it's not the finished product, but the process of creating it. It exactly is creativity and how you tap in order to benefit your brain. And so it goes on to explain what the science is. Let me just see if I can give you one last piece. Being creative not only supports memory and thinking, it also is associated with things like stress relief and boosting a positive outlook in mood. I don't know how much more you could get if you stopped and you thought about an art project, or went and got a paint by numbers, or went and bought a model kit and put a plane or a building or something together. Went out and got paint by numbers. Who would stop to think about this work? I always think of when I did model ships and model stagecoaches, and how much fun that was, and how I just enjoyed reading the directions and then putting the different pieces together and then looking at what this art piece looked like when it was all done from the kit. And we have these art supply stores where you can go to and you can find these things, but who would ever stop to think? Who would stop to think that? Not only does that art and that level of what we call creativity impact our retention of information, gives us building the pathways to our hippocampus, and has such a major benefit to us. And I get to see that in every workshop that Kathy Fowler comes in and has thought through what part of the brain that the students are going to be impacting in terms of their ability to look at color, or their ability to look at shapes, or their ability to get dimension. And what she's doing is just so incredible. And what a gift that she gives to the people that are in our Brain Fitness Workshop. And here comes this article. I can't wait to show this to her. I'm hoping to be able to see her tomorrow, but I can't wait to have her read this thing. I mean, this is her. I mean, this is what she does. An amazing senior citizen that's got an infinite amount of creativity and passion to connect to people who desperately benefit by what her skills are and what she's able to do. And of course, in a week's time, we'll have our 24th USA Memory Championship. So stay in and go take a peek at our USA Memory Championship website and stay up to date with our mental athletes and competitors. And my goodness, another year has come and is on its way to producing the USA Memory Champion. Have a great weekend, and shall see you back here on Monday.